What is good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Listen, we got a lot to get to. It's been a while, I had to take a little, break. I had stuff to do, but there's a lot of music that I've been missing out on. And this is one of them albums that I've been waiting, to cover. We got Therevada's new album, The Years We Have. This came out a couple weeks ago. I know I said I would review it. So we're about to do that today because, I'm a big fan of Therevada's music. I'm a big fan of his production. I found out about Therevada. I'm actually not too sure how I came across Therevada. I think it was a couple years ago. He dropped Xenophone, and I remember it just probably popping up on my algorithm. I'm like, yo, who is this guy that kind of sounds like a white Madlib? You know what I mean? But from there, I went down a rabbit hole. He really put me on to artists like Zumo, Starker, Young Morpheus, a lot of dudes, that he works with, I was able to find through, checking out his music. But, I'm excited for this album. He went crazy on Earl's album. He probably had my favorite production on the album, and I'm glad Earl tapped into, Therevada for, his new album. Because I feel like Therevada's overlooked. He should be talked about more when it comes to just his production alone, and his rapping is really good as well. He has a really nice rapper voice, in my opinion. So we got The Years We Have, track number 1, Where I'm At, and this is all I want to say. This whole thing is produced by him. Yeah, this whole thing is produced by him. Besides track 8, which is produced by Rob Chambers. So, hey, let's get it.
Can't be going on a whim, it's getting thin for that notion. My father cannot use his limbs. I lost the words, had me all in a storm in some fashion or form. What is a rational goal? Hills they wanna die on be the steepest. They all start to come across sheepish. Sneak by way of my uniqueness. Coherent, would lose my mind at any minor inconvenience. Endeavor start to demonstrate treacherous features, so be it. Won't hold you nor deflect the way it's beaming. I'ma stand all in it. Remanded off the strength by stands. Well balanced, high budget diet, not to flex. It just costs a lot to stay healthy. They won't show love, they think as if you don't need it. What's it to me anyway if we was never in agreement? Even then, what's it to me when I'm working all season? Therevada all across regions, and ball shorts still be the fleas. Y'all more cops still trying to be it. Hard stop if y'all can't see it. Consult me for your eyewear genius. I'm just one call away like Chingy.
Track number 2, Conditions, Climbing.
Jab step on Jamal Crawford. More money in the summer, dripped out every autumn. Some doors wasn't mine to open. It took a minor fix to make it major. The clouds separated. I get drunk and start bumming loosies. Couldn't stomach how the farce is phasing. Took a dive, now look at my arrangement. Still in them dive bars, clocking paper. NHL skating on them, I'm a hockey player. Rock my pants so the pockets coordinate with the layers. Thank goodness for the local lawyers, not the public defendants. Still getting people jammed up, looking awful. I made mistakes and now I'm cautious. Still tipping on them lightly pump brakes and now I'm off it. So what's it to me when the ceiling leaking and the water out the shower cold? Light work, never fold. Even if the lights wasn't working, we was putting on. Murdered out Asians where I stand, don't try to get along. Yeah. Blood on the hands of every last man. My POV heightened. I took up sport and climbing. This is all survived by the hive-minded. Still got SI that y'all not finding. SPI right for the high mileage. Drive by you in an Eddie Bauer at 100 miles an hour. Nothing in my pockets but some scissors and Altoids. She hit the slow wine like rhinestone cowboy. It really blow minds when y'all ducking the invoice. Had a couple hiccups in my interest of business. Burn trails, still plant a few on the way. Up Grand Hill, make magic on a sunny day. From Atlanta to Havana, Therevada got a loaded plan and so many SKUs and scanners. Even when tears is crocodile, it don't hurt to work on being a better person for a while. I Get to working on the plan, hammers in each hand. I'm repairman, man. What a journey.
I know about that.
People that then turn on me, more than return. From a fool to a scholar, heard from a holler. It was jewels on the Doppler. It all revolved back around. It's not to be dramatic, I'm just in traffic, vibing heavy. The feedback and a little radio static.
Therevada is such a really good producer, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why Earl tapped him in, you know, for Live, Laugh, Love, which is still in rotation, by the way. And for me, I just love producers who could really chop up the soul, you know what I'm saying? That's never going to go away. You know, it's one of the heartbeats of, you know, just hip hop in general, being able to, you know, dig and chop up beats, you know what I'm saying? I thought these first two tracks were really, really, really dope. I love the Repairman reference on that second track. That just brought back a lot of, you know, core memories. You know, that's back when, if you guys know about All That on Nickelodeon, that's back when hip hop really started taking over Nickelodeon, if we're honest. You know, they had Coolio on the intros and stuff like that. Yeah. R.I.P. to Coolio, by the way. All right, we got track number 3, Walked Out of Heaven. Now, why would you do that?
Yeah, I stay sharp, harp sending signals through the wire fence. Hardest conquest, go ahead and harp on it with that LARPing nonsense. Stone Island got me looking like carbon fiber. Get your tinfoil hats ready, stone is gargoyle. Gorgonzola sprinkled over apple salad. My dogs bully you like Gonzaga. Welcome out of heaven, my edges jagged, pants baggy, sand similar to Vince Carter. Drive heavy on my Vans bagger. These herbs isn't willing, they curse shilling. You either build or you in the building. Listen, crucial layups like the pharmacist. 2 4s on me like Ron Harper. How violent, less reliant. Hopping out the dented up Scion, no alliance. Touching different fabrics of time. I somehow used to think we were all in this together. So glad that this Harvard language is mine. My horrors kept me alive. Speak as clear as I do in the day. Let alone
I love that
rhyme.
kick drum.
Focused on the finite passages of time. 2000.
Track number 4, Drost Effect.
Xenophone.
Y'all not scared of nobody, but the vibe is off. Like Team Rocket flying in when the timing bad. Keep to myself, I've been aligned my stance. Forgetting is good, the world burns around me. London Bridge falling again. Guns get drawn, it was just paint from a can. I'll pull up with 100 drunk soccer fans, throwing Molotovs at copper vans. Rock the coppers or the eggplants. Give it my all for a deadpan, and watch it turn into the freshest chance. Hit the electric slide, deception advertised as a plan. It's no metric to make me understand. Some things you can say the same in many ways, but it's usually what goes without saying. See the difference when you leave the house without praying. If the faith was measured in weight, I hate to say that I've wavered from feather to welter. Never held much for others, but my scope makes it all worth living for. Got my brothers, the awakenings are rude as we get old. Some of us had them younger. The hunger flips a switch once you watch your father fall from grace with your mother. I've displaced love with seeking common salvation. The goals may be shared, but not everyone is as savvy. If you ain't never had your hand bit trying to feed them, then you wouldn't feel me.
You know, going to this, I expected we wouldn't get any, you know, hooks out of Therevada. You know, listening to his music, you know, over the past few years, he doesn't really, you know, have any hooks. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I got to go back and, you know, check, but I haven't really heard much hooks. He just raps and just, you know, gets his thoughts off and then he's out of here. You know what I'm saying? It works well. I actually sometimes prefer, you know, music like that. You know, especially from an artist like Therevada where he makes his own beats. He knows what he wants, you know, on his production. All right, we got track number 5, Sucker MCs.
You Careful who you swear allegiance to. They'll leave you for fool. Whatever you think is best for you, do. A lot of sense of community is see-through. I'm still willing to see it through. CP3 pulling up short range in its coupe. And one DVDs and stomp boots with the Nike swoosh. Dressed like I'm about to hike.
You can really hear the MF Doom, Madlib influence, in his style of, his flow, just the production. It's such a good influence to have. R.I.P. Doom.
They just playing the roof, scraping up the plate to survive. I can't tell if it's even that good. You still putting too much gas in that backwood. Laughter spilled throughout the fences as I dribble backward. Dead legs have you hitting ass for ass first. Strong finisher, but still pass first. Still mad at how it could have all worked. The grass greener and all I got was this shirt. Dirt bikes rev surround your whole path. Throughout the statements calculating the bag. Find some swag, find a better sense of self while you still have the chance. This whole world going outside very fast. You don't gotta know math to know shit is bad. What you can do is love yourself when you leave the pad. Uneasy breathing leave you lapsed. Bridges gapped and burned at the drop of a hat. Eyes on the road, my mind on the map. I've been known where the treasure was at. Y'all made it hot trying to measure up competitive raps. Ain't shit you saying is empirical scrap. My kick's 43/size 9.5. 79 miles per hour, 1,400 something miles on the dash. Downshifting traffic while I'm sifting through my bag. Roll a spliff while I'm whipping, God forbid that I crash. The dry human not making me crack. Shit went left, now you dribbling bad. Trying to seek my name, scribbling pads. Slow for your credentials, they ain't got the gravitas to go against us. Moving like some lobbyists. Respect your little hobby or be left with just the office desk. Take it from the one who do it all without consulting. I'm not trying to knock the hustle, I hit rock bottom, I would never stunt on it. But be honest with the man in the mirror. I'm just trying to show y'all the big picture.
Track number 6, Learning Curve.
Love me or leave me. Do to subdue the earth. Fly feudal surf. Further bend the learning curve. Lamborghini Mercy swerve. Murakami Louis purse. Shooting the breeze like rooftop pool. Cool nerd twisting the spicy herb. Xenophobes have me self-imaging swiftly. Game peep early, didn't peep. Alienated cause my pop spoke differently. Always learn to take my chances. Love my life but it leave me lethargic. At the least keep your bets and regret it when you see the spread. On the first dawn of Ramadan, putting up 1,000 jumpers in some Maharishi sweats. Bang it on your head like Desmond Mason. Large language model, go yard, monogram, Londa inside of the leather. Scathed by strays, but we love them, leave them. Arms waving like angry beavers. It all rang off when it clicks and sways beepers. They hurt my mans with some lace chiba. It's fucked up, but I can't forgive her. Couldn't laugh everything off, but we learned how to love it. Passive aggressive towards massive redundance. It turned pungent, in turn gave us all substance. Words withhold waves I've still to fathom, which left me less to speak on all the evils I imagine. You knew the real me in that 05 Altima. It's gonna cost you more if I gotta get it to Baltimore. We not about to take that drive to Florida.
Are you just gonna let the beat right out? I'm with it. Hard.
If I make it to the league, you know what they gonna say? You ain't getting no run, you can't mess with T-Mac. Whatever you do.
Track number 7, UEFA 2000.
stage shizzle, H to the Izzo, X by the river, sign sealed, delivered. Convoluted the abuse of my optics, friends turn to ops. Confused by the constant shift in topic, rude, obtuse, and obnoxious. Found a way to remember it like mnemonic. Base it off the way of your compass, as safe as the stranger's accomplice. The taste was awful, it left me nauseous. The smell was noxious. Had enough time to spare to smoke a whole eighth of Tompkins. Croatia played a great game against Yugoslavia. Naysayers never slayed, not a day. It's no carpe diem in the flesh of cartilage. Freshest shit you can do is only bargain when you getting paid, not trying to pay less than what they asking. 5-0 been on me lately like I'm the admiral. Over my cadaver, you take off my platter and actually make it matter. You moving backwards, like running your hands under cold water with no lather. What more can I offer than the casual laughter? In stride of what I say with a straight face, only for you to catch it after. Thank me later, thank me never. Whichever better firms the fulcrum for your lever, or for the love of proper measure.
Probably my favorite beat on the album so far. I don't know what it is about it. It might be the strings, honestly, but just the chop of, the sample. It's perfect. All right, so track number 8, Doobie. This is the only track he did not produce. This is produced by Rob Chambers.
Mention my name, how I'm not supposed to take it in vain. Waited days, posted in the rain. Made a major exchange. What you really think you talking with your moralist compass? So irresponsible, all of this nonsense. Fuck the governor saying they get it in Congress. We was balled out in Dykeman, wee hours of the morning. Making major moves all through the coordinates. Around the same time I first got unsober. Might as well absorb it like the panels at solar. He ain't suffered no damage. All types of subs, might as well make a sandwich. Now why the hell you ain't eat a cold? Backcourt general, one cross finger roll. Heard it from a post like I'm stethoscopic. I was listening to Stetsasonic. It could all change in a nanosecond. Brick by brick, we can build a planet. Backspasm. I stretch a nickel bag like Mayor Ad.
First of all, love the beat. Shout out to Rob Chambers. The thing I like about this beat is the different weird chops, just sprinkled throughout the beat. But I think the thing that I think is super cool is, just the consistent drum and bass line.
By the madness, it gave me a clear passage towards salvation. 2000 is the Army and Navy. My karmic cycle always saves me. No matter how long it takes, I break bread at the oasis. That'll last till the next miracle. Somehow we can calculate it.
All right, track number 9, Sucker MCs Part 2.
Fear not seeing old age, still slowly smoke haze. 20 deep, well protected. Who feel alone and afraid? Go with dome, foam's gray. Locked, loaded, and raged. Haven't heard that name in years. Haven't seen a foe in days. Strange when they change ways, shape shifting through the maze. Two's a team, but three's company too. Neil had the Elmer's glue, Air Max 90s with the lifted research group. Spliff high res like a TIFF image. Gifted so I disturbed the system. Regret thinking certain shit was off limits. For all the disrespect they gave me, shook it off with nothing but a pair of cough drops, fake bricks, seeing through the facade. Slap the backboard, hanging off the hoop like no limit. All-stars, streets blocked off. Catch me at the bazaar, stretching my palms. We in the Lexus with the tape deck on. The nerve of these people thinking we don't work that hard. Told her, yo, I gotta make my way. Took my shirt back off like you don't have to make that call. I get buckets even though I see the hoop man small. You ain't shit for real, you about to make that stall. Music soul child, I really came to break shit off. It took a while, but why else? I had to play that smart. Shots at the bar, still play mad darts.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Up in the basement, on 3 turntables, like a little Dr. Rhythm, what I'm saying? So until this day, hip hop is still living in my.
All right, track number 10, Gifted Misfortune. It's one of them ones already.
Couldn't it be so easy? We off eclipses like a Mitsubishi. My missus wear the issy, eye of the devil, Sharon Tate Polanski. From glass house to glass slippers, Cinderella story, Baron Davis, mind chilling, demons looking at me lusty. I I can never trust them. May owe them for what they showed me. Glowing by the night, I got it in the day. Everyone trick pony stands by in distaste. Fuck the frame that I felt fit for. It didn't exist anyway. Had to duck through some doorways to get out the way. Proudly say the display held no shame. Who pushed the plans by a matter of what's left with our own two. Grew into the clothes, but it still felt right to sag. All in stride as we advance. Entranced by the stance, don't watch the hands. It stuck with me like how I'm giving up the clamps. Return to sender with an extra stamp. Remember that one time on Bandcamp.com. Since jumping off X Factor ramps. Hydrated my style, never getting cramped. Eyes dilated, went, what it do? About to cop the bathing ape this time around. Just to show you I'm a rapper too. Tilapia for two, one for now, one for a little later. If you the least creative, then at least be a bit courageous. I don't give a fuck about engagement or how you wanna gauge it. Turn right out some Chris Kamens. Chris Berman shouted as I hit the hezzy to the lay-in.
Χωρίς λύπην, χωρίς εδώ μεγάλα και ψηλά, τη γύρω μου έκτισαν τύχη. Και κάθομαι και απελπίζομαι τώρα εδώ. Άλλο δεν σκέφτομαι, το νου μου τρώει αυτή τη τύχη. Διότι πράγματα πολλά έξω.
Alright, we got track number 11, Day by Day by Day.
Caution, lay it out the impasses. Pauses, have me nauseous. Leaning to the tennis matches, congruence. Cleaning out my closets and it's Rodman. She sang loud as they lowered the coffin. Had me wonder, knowing this not how I wanted to be honored. Throw my ashes out where you see the dolphins. Zenny Lofton, Basmati with the kofta. Couple blocks away from Hofstra. Why they need to keep taxing, I proceed like Speedy Claxton. Get to laughing when I organize up a bit. Distractions had me passing up what I often did. Lapse in the stride is hard enough to forgive. Off the cuff with the shits. Wager in your bid. Head to Heaven's Gate and came back with a split. Wanna know the best part? Everybody lived. It wouldn't let me look beyond the point where I stood. How they couldn't see what I saw. Took me for a loop, took me for a spin. Kept my eyes pried wide open, nobody gave a shit. Channeling the matter as I scavenge in the weather. We were so close. So close. We were so close. So close. We were so close. So close.
I can't wait to take this album on a walk. Yes, it sounds corny, but I do take album on walks. You know what I'm saying? I like to actually live with projects because there's so much music that, you know, even this year that's come out where it's like, you know, it's just too much to consume. So you got to like take a break and live with a couple of, you know, the projects that you listen to. That's what I do. That's why I don't upload, you know, so crazy like that because, you know, it's just a lot of music, you know, and you don't want to just like listen to something once or twice and then just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? You want to kind of just live with it for a bit. So yeah, this is one of them albums where, you know, especially living in the city, you want to just walk around, you know, with your headphones and listen to something. You know, it's hoodie season now. It's getting a little chilly out in New York. So, you know, I'm going to be in my hoodie just, you know, listening to the years we have. Definitely one of my favorite beats on the album as well. All right, track number 12, Windows.
This ain't what we asked for. Got me on my last straw. Why order asshole? Get your whole team to do what I can do for me, right? Never once in your wildest dreams or your past life ever catch me with my ass out. Even with my ass out. Why you about to crash out? Since Mossberg and Glassjaw, coldest out of Nassau. This is what I rap for. I'm about to cop that RAV4 and renew my passport. Damn son, you taking mad long, trying to rake it up. Paper chase on my landscape. Stand straight, rectify all I've done since my past life. Hey Mr. DJ, You ain't got no Therevada on your flash drive. This is what we asked for. Kept it in the backlog. Pause. Inciting riots at the town halls and your local shopping mall. Balls to the wall. Pause. Oh. To the windows, to the Macintosh devices that we speak into. The lavish life we attempt to breathe life tenfold. Windfall, once bitten, we not locking eyes with gift horses. A seamless bond turns course when time orders.
And we got track number 13, Blood of Christ.
Must console my mirror image. It only goes fast if you finish. Will be no cash if you
I've heard this sample before.
Every word at times still feel excessive. Mean swing got me playing cleanup. Shit got thick like Nelly Furtado. I might hit Miami or my Dan Marino, but it's still strictly business. Eric Sermon leaking light like an in my line of leverage. Trying to claim my patch of land and farm it like Pepperidge. Lord as my witness and shepherd. Took a swan dive head first. I leave potholes in your front yard right where my car was parked. I stay sharp, put a banger on your star head like I'm John Starks. Everything getting spearheaded, throwing all darts, calling all cars and sharks. Deal 'em up the cars, Swiss Army quick carve, impartial to my own scars. 500 deep at scars.
Just once more. Just once more.
All right, we got the last track on the album, Some Things Don't Change.
Robbing us for a quick check. That's only good for about 1,000 miles. Get you pretty far, but how you getting back around? I ride the train and I think about my town on fire. There's so much shit I couldn't fathom and it don't subside. Still not surprised by the escapades. My escape route was mapped out the best way. Talking to me like, hey pal, I wasn't born yesterday. They wanna know how I got the formatted resume. Jacques Musumara's with the canvas suit. Heavyweight, wasn't hopeful for a better day, even though it's all I prayed. What's my age again as I hit the stage? The disparagement was aggravating, all sorts of rage. Funneled it into the funnel that I roll with the haze. Turned the page away from my worst ways. Not everyone is here to stay. Trying my patience, high maintenance, keep my life straight and get it lace on. Shoved it in my face, I seen you getting through a phase. I seen him going through a phase. Shoved it in my face, seen him going through a phase. This is all sharpening the blade. Shoved it in my face, I seen them all going through a phase. This is all sharpening the blade. Shoved it in my face, I seen them all getting through a phase.
Yo, shout out to Therevada. That was his new album, The Years We Have. Listen, I was looking forward, to this project ever since he announced it. It's been like 2 years since his last official project, Waste Management, which I, thoroughly enjoyed. It's what I expected, from Therevada album, very sample heavy and just, his, stamped Therevada flow on every single one of them, the tone of voice. And I knew it would probably be a short album too, just under 30 minutes, which I think is, the sweet spot. One thing I like about, his, creativity is, I'm not sure who does the album artwork, but first of all, the album artwork for this album is really dope. I need to figure out what, these words say, but also it seems like he's very consistent with the album artwork. It's very artsy in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like painted or, you know, something like that. But, you know, shout out to Therevada. He's having a great year, you know, with production on Live, Laugh, Love, you know, and, you know, just his new album, which I hope people do not sleep on. This is 100% a project that I, you know, cannot wait to play outside when I'm on the move. You know what I mean?